Sup, nerds? Welcome to the Omni4Game podcast, episode 53. I am Sean. I'm joined with Chris and Brandon, as always.
Alright, sup guys? This week's Omni4Game recap. We go over our locals as always. We hit the Dallas recap, see what all those deck lists are looking like. We hit the weekly reveals, we catch up on those, and then we hit your comment questions. So if you guys like this episode, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next episode.
Alright, first topic, locals recap. Christopher?
So Chris, how'd your night go?
So I don't know what place I got.
You got a tier 1 deck,
I went.
right?
I did, yes. I also played against some awful matchups.
Oh.
And some stuff I just didn't know how it played. So I went winless. I went 0, 1 loss, and 3 ties.
Yes.
So, I can honestly say I only lost 1 match. So
That is technically accurate.
I was
Although
playing
you
Dex.
should have lost the last match that you played.
Yes, I was playing Dex. Man, it's obviously, as y'all can tell, I'm not at home. I'm house sitting. And so it's been a couple days now. And anyways, if anybody knows when you're sleeping somewhere else, sometimes you just don't sleep very well. That's not an excuse. One, I'm still trying to figure out the deck. It is a lot of moving parts. Round 1, I played against Ben's Cinderella, and I think he had the entire deck. He's still probably working out his list.
I think
No,
never
he
mind.
He has all the he has all the Cinderellas.
Yeah, I thought he might be missing one, but I forgot he had one of the alts.
He was able to build the deck the way he wanted to last night.
Yeah.
Right. So I think he's still messing around with his list. I had no idea what any of his cards did. But Ben, being the good player he is, I just trusted everything he was doing. It seems like an okay deck. I don't think it's anything crazy. It seems like a fun deck you could play and like just have a good time with. I don't think it's gonna be competitive at all, especially since it doesn't have premium DP neg.
Yeah.
But there were times where I'm like, I was also had very bad luck last night. I was drawing some really poor hands. Like, later on in the night, in round 4, I played against Gallant, and he literally milled.
Round 3.
No, round 4. I played.
Round
3. You're right. You're right.
Yeah,
No, you're right. 3
versus the
yeah.
Awards.
Like, this is just like an example. Round 3, against Dante playing Gallant, he managed to mill. No joke. I can't make this up. He digivolved into Growlmon. The mill one, the purple red.
Okay.
Mill 2 cards. Darugamon, Dex Darugamon. Okay, I'm okay with that. Digivolves into the War Growlmon. Mill 3 cards. And when I tell you, I milled another Dex, and then 2 more Darugamons. I'm like, this is my night. This is my night. Summarized. And then guess where the 4th Darugamon is?
Security.
Your security. Last check in security.
My security. So unless I see calling, I'm never seeing it.
Yeah, so
It's
you're
just not
looking for a one of, yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of how my night was going, if that makes any sense. Like, there was a game against Ben where I was just like missing a level 5. Like, he killed my only level 5 that I saw a match.
That was game
So
1.
again, yeah. So like, I'm never, I couldn't really play that one. Game 2, I think went a little bit better. I can't remember. I'm still trying to figure out what his stuff did. There was like one instance where like I tried to attack over his Cinderella, not knowing he had barrier. So just like little stuff like that. So me not knowing what his stuff does, and me still trying to figure out my own deck. So I ended up losing that one. My only loss of the night. Round 2, I played against Caleb, who was playing Vortex. Unlike Ben's, his was not fully put together. It was.
Yeah, I don't know if any of our boxes had very many of the level 6 as Zephiga.
That's still an awful matchup for you, though. I would say that's probably a worse matchup for you than Cinderella is.
Yes, because he plays 3 of that 5-cost option.
Oh, yeah.
Again, Caleb, King of the Techs. I don't think anyone else would play that card. when I tell you guys at one point in game 3, at this point I think we're just trying to play for the tie. I can't remember.
You were playing for the tie because you couldn't kill him.
Yeah. Well, game 1, I hit one of the I hit that option card out of security. Immediately bottom deck to the only Darugamon I had seen all game. I didn't see one the rest of the game. That set me back. I think I end up losing that one because I think I had game next turn, but I think because Vortex does the whole rush thing, he was able to kill me at 0 security. So he was just able to. I gave him like exactly enough memory to do it. Again, me not knowing what his stuff does. And then game 2, I battled back. I ended up getting that one. And then game 3, I start playing for the tie once we go into turns. And he checks his security, and I can't make this up. He plays 3 of them. All 3 of them were in security. So I was never going to win that game. Because once that stuff gets bottom decked, I'm never seeing that stuff again.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. So this is kind of how my night's going. Round 3, I play against Gallant. It was kind of like a back and forth. I was trying to play a little bit smarter, keep my stuff in the raising, and just, whatever. Set up my tamers and get everything going. And then he milled me so quickly that he was able to just Crimson Mode Ace me at one point and just kind of kill me. Like, he even did the... No, that was game 2 where he ended up getting... I ended up de-digivolving it. Okay, so anyways, he got me with Crimson Mode Ace in game 1. I know that much. I don't really remember how much of the rest of the game went. Game 2, I battled back and I ended up winning that one. And then game 3, we just ended up tying. We just, game 1 Game 1 took so long that we just didn't have enough time for a game 3. Game 2 went by pretty quick. I was able to get out the AG with Alliance, and I think I just killed him rather quickly with that one. Game 3 we never got to finish. Round 4 I played against Will, who was playing 7th grade Demon Lords. Every time I saw Chikurimon, he had the Porcupine, which Will was smart enough just to kind of hold it, which as you should. So and again, a lot of my stuff kind of just helps him. Because anytime I would go into the Darugamon, I have to delete his stuff. So that would just trigger that stuff, and he would just get more of his effects.
I mean, not to mention one of your best removals is Digivolve, and that realistically doesn't do much in that matchup.
And he
doesn't do anything.
You taunting him doesn't do anything because he just triggers the gate first and blows it up.
Yeah. Right, exactly. So, it was kind of like a... It was kind of like I have to try and kill him before he can kill me, kind of thing. He did misplay pretty heavily. Game 2, was it game 2 or 3?
It was game 3.
The one where he just whipped
the one where
lethal?
he punted lethal. Yeah, that was game 3.
Okay, so game 3 he went into Ooga Boonga, and I had 2 bodies on the board. I had Darugamon and I had the rookie, and I'm sitting here. I'm like
Doragoromon.
I'm sorry. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, okay, so if he targets the level 3 first, I'm good. We'll just tie. Or I have a way to kill him if everything goes my way.
Yeah.
He targets level 3, and I'm like, okay, Gucci, we're good. So I'm not dying here. And then he attempts to target the Doru, and I'm like, because Sean was looking at my trash at this point, I'm like, hand me the card.
Yeah, you held your hand up waiting for it.
So then I go into the decks, de-digivolve and kill it. So now Zunga Boonga did nothing. He did trash all of my security. Yeah. But at this point he's gonna have to hard play stuff for maximum cost. And I did have a way to kill him if everything went exactly the way I needed to. I had the decks, bunch of tamers set up, and then I had another stack coming up. And I had to weigh. Yeah, with 10 memory. So I'm I'm in prime position as long as everything goes my way. I swing with the decks, or I digivolved into Doru Gray, and then swing with the decks. Now, basically, what I need to happen is I need the decks to survive. It would clear his security, and then I would digivolve into the Doru. Swing with the Doru Gray. He has a Digimon on the board. Activate Collision, then digivolve into the Doru. With piercing, it would blow up the Digimon, and then they would both unsuspend. and then I'd get 2 more swings, and then I could digivolve into a hybrid for game. That's kind of how it could happen. I ended up hitting an option card out of security, which killed my Doru Gray, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
So then I tried to do it again, but I didn't have a DP buff. I don't think I could have killed him now. I digivolved into the hybrid, digivolved into the Doru, and then digivolved into the Dorugamon. But I don't have any DP buffs, and he had like little effects, and they're both 12k. So at that point, I'm like, okay, I have to play for the tie, so I have to kill it, and then just we tie.
Yeah.
So I needed everything to go my way to get that one. The thing with the deck, I could see the deck. I probably could have played it a lot better. Obviously, I was missing a lot of things. There is a lot of moving parts. I can see how it's very strong, but it's also got some really bad matchups. I think it's a better deck for something where you kind of have an idea of what you're gonna be playing against. I think it's really good for online tournaments where you're gonna be, a lot of the pool is gonna be Imperial and stuff like that. I think it's better for that. But at a random locals where you're gonna be playing against random stuff that it's okay. I still like the deck, it's fun, but I was also just super drained yesterday. Outside of the Digivol stuff, I just don't understand I just don't know how I would deal with Dominimon and stuff like that. Collision, I guess, but you just protect yourself, right?
You can't protect yourself from
only if
battle
they have
without
barrier.
Do you not play barrier in yours? I know Ben is, right?
You play barrier in both versions.
Oh, okay.
They have to have it.
Yeah, you kind of need it.
I just figured after, Ben's list got 5th, you would just play his, you know what I mean? I mean, obviously, it saw better results.
I mean, I lost the 2 matchups I should have won against, and I drew it, and so,
Alright, so yeah. So that's how my night went. Go ahead, Brandon. Also, Mother Control is coming. We gotta figure out list. I don't know how good the deck is gonna be without the Shadow Seraphimon. I know that's one of the best cards in the entire deck.
Yeah, we're not going to get that till November?
2.0.
Yeah.
I know November I think is 2.0. December is the reprint set, and then January is 2.5.
Most lists I see with the deck are playing the Shadow Seraphimon because they're all Japanese lists, and I'm like, well, we gotta figure out what to play instead of that.
I mean, the list is okay without it for now.
Yeah. I mean, we're still getting results without it. It just got an extra boost with it.
I think another deck we should look at with it is Deva's with the Shotos, because that plays Mother, and you're still playing Aces, and what's it called? Fanglong is actually pretty decent still. It can kill most boards.
Yeah, imagine a Fanglong's looking at your Angel board saying, see ya.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I don't think Fanglong's premium DP, but most of the time you're nuking a whole board. Yeah, most of the time you're nuking a whole board with Fanglong.
Yeah, we'll see.
So I think that could be an okay deck with the Shotos, especially now you can justify playing so many Mothers. Because I think that was another part that was the problem with Devas is if they rushed you down too quick, you would just lose. So now that you could have Mother with blocker, at least that can help slow down a little bit.
Yeah.
That's just a thought. There was just some stuff I was cooking up. But go ahead, Bryn.
So I got second. I went 3-1. Round 1 was my only loss. I got paired up against Sean.
I could see it, Brandon. I was sitting right across from Brandon when he was playing. I'm like, oh no, is he getting tilted already?
Yes,
no,
he was.
I wasn't getting hard tilted, but game 1, when you see a pretty good opening hand, you're like, oh cool, I can play, and then every card you draw after that is just okay, all right, but why? I drew every copy of Lobomon, but no Ancients.
I had a really funny moment with Dante. We're going into game 2, and he's shuffling. And he draws his first hand, and he looks at it, and he goes, oh no. Puts it back, and he goes, this game didn't used to have a mulligan, did it? And I said, no. And I looked at him, I said, those were dark times. He goes, I don't think I could have done it. I was like, it was hard. It was hard. Like,
It was. You're just like, cool, I guess I lose this game.
yeah.
Yeah,
His hand,
no trainings.
his hand must have been real bad for him to be like, oh no. Like, yeah. But go ahead,
But yeah, so it was like what I call a soft end break, where your opening hand is good, but then everything you get after that is just the dog awful. And I had actually put in a Death X because I realized wide boards could sometimes be a problem if they're like a 3 Great Angel deck where they have protection. So it's like, oh, D Evo's busted and Death X is Death X. Let me throw one in there.
You put it in specifically
Paladin
for me. You can say it.
Well, I mean, you, Ben,
You put it in for Angels.
yeah, well, sounds about right.
Why not put in both copies?
Because I wanted Paladin too,
Oh, okay.
which I might take the Paladin out. It just every time I have it, it never comes up. But then I
For
feel like I'm gonna.
Death X.
Yeah, nah, I mean, maybe. You draw so many cards in that deck. I almost normally.
You have
always
literally.
do.
You have literally said before, oh, I'm playing this before ben, because of Ben.
Yeah.
Like,
You heard it here first. But yeah, so I'd kind of like put it in the deck, knowing, oh, this is really good into certain matchups. Sean. So when I tell you this man checks my first security, and it's my 1 copy of Death X, I said, cool, alright, never seen that again, and now he knows I'm playing it. So he got free info.
yeah.
He got free info, and I'm never seeing it game 1. So I bricked, and my big secret's out. Bet. I've lost. So game 1 was a trouncing. Like, I tried fighting back, but there's just nothing you can do sometimes.
Yeah.
Game 2, he played real hard in Death X, and I had it.
Sometimes you can't help it.
Yeah. Well, you said it yourself, like, oh, I didn't want a Cherubi, but you kind of had to.
Don just likes having a million Digimon on board and be like, I can't kill him yet. I can't yet.
So, well, to be fair, I Metal Garu'd his board, so like 3 of his dudes couldn't even like do anything.
Right.
So
I remember the moment because I remember looking at Sean's board and going, oh, okay. And then I remember like looking back and coming back and I see a Death X and like his board's like gone and I'm like, yep, okay.
Yeah, that'll do it. So I played Death X for free, game 2. Actually gained memory off of it because of the Cherub and all the other aces you had. I think it cleared 2 bodies. I think a Gatomon and an Angemon.
Something like that.
And then, of course, he has Edamon, 2 Angemons. No, one of them was a Magna. Whatever. I DNA into Omni and just say bot deck your entire board because all that was left was level 5s.
Mm-hmm.
So I just say bot deck level 5s. So, of course, I win that game pretty handily. Death X just blew him out entirely.
So you're telling me you don't want to play 2 copies of that?
So you're telling me you want to, actually win a game? Oh wait,
I was trying.
Somebody tried
so hard.
and tied.
It's been 2 weeks.
He won 3 games.
It's been 2 weeks since I've won a match.
Ouch.
Yeah.
I don't hear anything from you then. Yeah. Then game 3, I think you just like opened like pretty nutty. Am I correct in saying that? Because like you had like Cherub, Dom, Angemon set up by like turn 3 or something like that. And by then I was just like.
He said that's pretty
I'll
normal.
die.
So hey, that's
that's
what the deck does.
Yeah, the deck is designed to do that. That's.
I mean, when you open up Patamon, that's pretty preem. And then you also get the level 4 straight out of security. Like,
Yeah.
I think you went Patamon TK and looked at your security, and you were like, grab a card, shuffle them up.
Uh-huh.
And you were like, are you ready to be touched? And I was like, no, please don't.
You were ready.
Yeah, so that was my round 1. 1-2 against Sean.
Yeah, your 1 Death X was at the bottom of your deck, game of 3.
Yeah. Dude, if I would have pro tag momented you and then activated that analog and revealed the Death X, I'd low key would have popped off.
I told you I was waiting for it. I clenched up and I was like, please don't reveal it because that's obviously what you're digging for, and you didn't see it.
Yeah, he's bottom of the deck. Feels bad. Then I played against Robbie, still playing Pulse. 2-0, obviously. It's Pulse. Like, I kind of just get to do what I want in that matchup. I'm never really, like, hard afraid of anything. Because they have that level 5 where it has protection, where if you try to delete it or if it attempts to leave the battle area, you can trash the security to prevent it, and then because the security was trashed, you can warp it into the level 6, and then the level 6 usually comes out and like pops your stack or something like that. What's the downside of that? I'm playing Miraculous Mega Knight. So I go into Ancient, I bounce a dude, rip a security to hand, swing, and he's like hemming and hawing, and he's like, yeah, I'll block it. So of course he has to trash security, goes into his level 6, attempts to pop my Ancient, and I'm just like, Omnimon. Thoughts? Just like, there's nothing he can do. That's basically the story of like game 1 and 2. I think this is the match I did something really disgusting. Because again, I'm playing against a no contest deck.
A tier 4 deck?
Yeah, a no contest deck. So like, I'm able to play around a little bit, mess around, see like, get some alternate play routes. So at the beginning of my turn, I had a Gabumon on the board, and he choked me to 1, and I didn't have any way to get extra memory. I had all 4 mats on the board, though, with, like, 2 analogs or something like that. So basically what I did is I hatched, evoed into a Gabumon, and then just straight went to the Ancient on top of the Gabumon who was already played. It, of course, dies, end of turn. I get to recycle a Tamer back, and when I played a Tamer out for free, I played Louie out for free. So now I could promote that stack, gain 5 memory off of that, and the analog memory as well. So now I have like 5-6 memory, and I just womboed him from there. It was, I mean, when you see the one of Louis, it's
you showed that tier 4
nasty.
deck who's boss, Brandon.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. It's fun to see what that deck does. Round 3 was against Ben, playing of course the Puppet Syndrillamon deck. Got that 2-0. Game 1, I was trying to like observe what his deck was doing because I am also interested in playing it, and because of that I wasn't really paying attention to what I was doing, so I was missing a lot of mandatory effects, but I still ended up winning that just because it's like the deck doesn't have a proper win condition. Like we always talk about this, like it does stuff, but how is it winning the game? So yeah, I mean, it was an okay match.
it's gotta be Shine Greymon burst mode, Ace.
Yeah.
Like that has to be the win button, right? Because you do play yellow Tamers.
The issue with that deck is it requires you to set up a bunch of Tamers in order to like try to kill people, and that's just
yeah.
It's like a worse Shine Greymon.
No, I meant like.
No, I know what you mean. Like you mean the burst mode is the win
okay.
condition, but I'm saying like the deck itself is like a worse Shine Greymon.
It's funny too because I was actually like attempting to swing for game against Ben, and he's like, "Yeah, okay, that's game." And he had a Cinderella on the board. I was like, "Oh man, I was preparing to get blasted by Shine Burst." Notice he's already picked up all his card. He goes, "Oh my god, I had it in hand. Why didn't I?"
Oh my god.
Now notice
Benjamin.
Notice it didn't matter actually because of course I had the Miraculous Mega, so I could have just omnied and then swung anyway. But like, either way it didn't matter. But I said it, and he was like, "Oh my god, I had it in hand," and I was just like, "Hey," that was funny. Poor Ben. But yeah, game 2, I did the Ancient Louis combo again because I happened to see it because I milled it off the analog. So I was like, oh, cool. Pick it back up from an Ancient, play it out, promote a dude, gain all my memory, and just win. It's pretty nutty. Then round 4 against Caleb.
Nah, this should be like a 1-minute talk. Don't go into this one. Poor Caleb.
No. So I'm gonna get into specifically game 2.
He wants to talk about how he dug you on another tier 4 deck.
Caleb didn't even get to play.
No, he didn't. Caleb didn't get to play. So it was 2-1.
He took a game off of you?
No. So game 1, I of course just bullied him. Every time he had anything on the board, I just went Lobo Ancient, goodbye to your board.
Yeah.
Unless he had the level 5 protection, which prevented him from being affected by Digimon effects. But in that case, I just wait a turn like I'm playing against bunnies, and then bounce that crap anyway, because they don't have a card like Mega Gargamon.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not afraid. So I easily wash game 1. Game 2, we start. All right, we set up our hands. We're like, okay, we'll keep these. And when I tell you, or not, we didn't keep them. We mulliganed. We both mulliganed into unplayable hands.
Yeah,
right,
it was
like,
really bad.
I'm talking. I had 4 tamers and a level 6. He had, I think, like some level 4s and some tamers. Either of them unplayable. Now we start playing, and it's just draw, tamer, pass, draw, tamer, pass, draw, tamer, pass. And it's like 5 or 6 turns into the tournament, or the round, and he finally hard played a level 4 and attempted to swing with it. And I looked over, realized I had my security out, and I didn't have my security out. I said, nope, we're done with this game. We're done. I just scooped it up, said, you got game 2.
Well, yeah, because you forgot to put your security out.
You Chris'd it.
Yeah, I Chris'd it. So we were both like laughing because it was just tamer, pass, tamer, pass, tamer, pass. So we're both just doing the same thing, just waiting to get a rookie. And then he finally gets a body on board and swings and looks at my security, and I was like, yeah, you attacked for game. All right, bet. I'm done with that match.
I'm amazed it took you guys that long to realize you didn't have security out.
Well, because we were just both laughing at the fact that it was just do this pass, do this pass, do this pass.
I said what I said.
Yeah. Then game 3 was the exact same as game 1. He puts a body out, I bounce it back to his hand. He puts a body out, I bounce it back to his hand.
Yeah, he's playing Vortex Warrior.
Feels bad for him.
And not even like a full power, not even close to full power.
He's playing
Vortex.
like jank Vortex Warrior.
Yeah.
He's like, this is what I could get.
Is that redundant? Jank Vortex
He's playing
Warrior.
week 1, no additional support Vortex.
Yeah.
Not even that. He doesn't even have all the supers. He's playing Eaglemon.
He's playing like he's playing 2 starter decks put together, basically.
Yeah.
Was that round 4? Are you done?
That's it, yeah, that's
Are
not.
you done talking about how you bullied tier 4 decks? Okay.
Yep. All 3 of the last matchups were pretty free.
I played Angels once again. Played against.
Talking about how I bully people.
I mean, I told you guys before the tournament started. I was like, I'm playing Angels again. Do with that information what you will.
Yeah, let me go home and change my entire deck. Oh wait, I already brought Death X.
So I played against Brandon. Round 1 playing Ancient Omni. He won game 2 because of Death X. I didn't play around it. I didn't necessarily play into it, but I wasn't playing around it correctly. I played around it game 3 by having something in Raising to push up to respond to him if he ever did it, but he just never saw it, so I just won. Round 2 played against Ben, coping with Cinderella. That was pretty rough for him. I forget
which you had to specify. That was rough for him.
I forget which game it was, but he knew I had a level 5 setup, and he played around Cherub, forgetting that I play Valk in my list, and Valk just decimates that because it pops all their tokens. He only had 1 token on the field, but it pops all your tokens. And then he had swung with my security, so like he checked security and I blew up his Cinderella. I won that 2-0 very easily. So I'm also playing Pillowmons, and then anytime I Edamon Valked him also one of the games where he had like a level 4 and like 2 level 3s on the fields. I was like, Edamon, your level 4, Valk, clear your board. Round 3 played against Demon Lords. Will's playing Demon Lords. Will asked me before the match started, he's like, is this an auto loss? Because I was like happy that I was playing against it. And I was like, well, not necessarily. You have to dig for one specific card in your deck, and I have to also establish a second Dom to play around that. And then I guess Brandon knew ahead of time because Will had mentioned it earlier that Will had lent his 4 Bilzamons to his friend. So he did not have Bilzamon in the deck. Yeah, he didn't have Bilzamon in his list last night, and that's like the only answer Demon Lords has for Angels, because you have to de-Eva the Dom and then you can interact with their board. So So yeah, I was like, oh, okay, then it probably is an auto loss. He made up for it by putting in extra Lilithmon cards, which he evoed into Lilithmon X one game and bot decked the new option, to make it to where all my Digimon had to delete something at the end of my turn. I just made it to where I popped an Angemon and Angelwomon that I didn't need to pass turn and recover the Angemon. I ended up winning 2-0 pretty easily. And then round 4 played against Pulse. They have... Robbie's playing... Like, every time I play against Robbie, he has more removal for my deck. This week it was Heaven's Judgment was a new card. So he's playing Heaven's Judgment, Lonky, and he's also playing that... I forget what it's called. It's like Crusher or something.
Flame something.
Yes, something. Which it deletes...
The purple dual color pulse card.
Yeah. It deletes something when you activate it, but out of security it's minus 15k. And you can put it on bottom of your security if you're low enough when you activate it. And so basically, I don't really try to go into Dom versus him. I just try to interact with his board favorably, because like most of his removal can out my stuff anyway, so like I don't even really care about Dom. And won that pretty easily 2-0. Like, he did remove my stuff here and there, but it wasn't enough to really matter, just because like, I mean, my cards are better than his cards, basically. It's just not much you can do. So I won at 2-0 and came in first place again.
He had to get his run back since he didn't get top in Dallas. So he's like, you know what? I'm going to top locals.
Yep, I'm going to bully you guys. Alright. I'm assuming...
He beat Ben in that round and thought, yeah, whose Angel deck is better now?
I don't know why.
My 5th place.
I don't know why Ben wanted to cope with Cinderella.
It's just new cards.
Yeah, he just
wanted
to play it. Whatever.
I don't think Hexblow is going to be competitive, but I'm still going to play it.
I think Hexabell is probably one of the best decks to come out of this set.
Unironically, yeah.
That's saying a lot.
Yeah.
I think if Dragon Link's
Three Muskets could be good if it actually like supported its old stuff, but they just kneecapped it.
Dragon Links could be really good if it didn't all so heavily rely on one card.
All right. Top 16 deck list. Let's go. So, breakdown of the archetypes of top 16, which is this is actually pretty surprising how diverse this was. Although, not.
We talk about how everybody was complaining this was going to be Imperial, the format. Yeah, look at that.
Well, a lot of the decks in the tournament were literally playing anti-Imperial.
Yeah.
So it's not super shocking.
That's how some tournaments are going to be. You're either going to get tournaments where it's all exactly the same deck where that you're expecting, or it's going to be
counters.
all the counters. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's either best deck in format or the counter to best deck in format.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the Leviamon people, that's strictly like anti-Imperial.
Oh, Fortitude? How about no? Or not Fortitude. What is it called? Partition.
Yes, Partition and just their Tamer.
Yeah, and their Tamer as well. You set up your dual Tamer turn 1? That's cute.
Yeah, Bite and Crush go. So we got one Finn, one Omni DNA. This is the guy that dug it on Josh on the top tables. Ended up topping. One Ancient Gray, one Dex Darugamon, 2 Ancient Garu, 2 Magna X, 2 Leviamon, 1 Yellow Vaccine Armor, which is Magnavax, and then 1 Angel's deck, Angel's best deck, 2 Shine Gray, and 2 Imperial. So let's start off with 16th place Rhino with Ancient Garu. God, I hate
red or blue. It is red.
This website's formatted so bad.
I mean, yeah, that looks like a pretty standard red base. He is playing the Matt Sora to help combat, I'm pretty sure, like Digimon Emperor and strats like that.
Yeah.
He's playing that's a lot of standard, though. It's a lot of tech cards.
He's playing
Grav Crush.
Yeah.
That is a card you have access to.
They said they hit Hammer Spark. I bet Grav Crush.
Yeah, it's actually not a bad idea if you're playing the red base, because it doesn't matter if it's game.
Yep.
Congrats. And then
Yeah,
we
smart
have-
on him for playing the Grab Crush.
Yeah. Then we have Cursed with Fenrir Lugumon. Let's see. Let's zoom in a little bit.
I'd say that's a pretty standard list, right?
Relatively standard.
Yeah.
Only 3 Kazuchis, which sometimes can cause you issues, but worked out for him.
Yeah, I mean, this deck can't really win outside that combo, can it? Like,
Not really.
you have to go into it.
Yeah, like this version is that combo or bust.
Yeah.
Like it's.
I mean, that's
it's
why you
not-
play so many analogs.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just as my round 1 opponent. She was playing 3, and she literally could not play the game because she never saw one. Congrats. I mean, I guess the Ukomons help a little bit because the Ukos can also add it. So maybe
Yeah,
maybe this allows you to play 3, but still the concern
Ben
is not
doesn't
being able to play the
Ukos,
game.
does he?
No, he doesn't. Then we have Goose of Legend with Shine Gray. Let's take a look at this. This is interesting that this topped. Let's go! Let's go!
Patamon.
4 Patas.
Otherwise, yeah, I'd say that's pretty standard. He's playing 2 of each burst mode, which makes sense.
I'm just glad this deck is still winning.
I think it's kind of funny how he's not playing the option card, even though he is still playing like the new Shine.
You don't have to. I like how he's not. I love how he's also not coping with the new Marcus. Like you see a lot of lists coping with that new one. It's just like
Yeah,
you don't need it.
I think if you're playing the option, you probably play some number of the new Marcus. I think if you're not playing the option, you don't play the Marcus. I like.
I just feel like
this just looks like it's way more streamlined, focused more on the OTK aspect.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
Like
what this looks like to me.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say. Is like with the other list, the other one seems more like control-y. This one's more like killy. You know what I mean? I like the killy version a little bit better.
I'm gonna get to my stuff and try to lethal you. Yeah, this is interesting.
The Patamon makes sense because all the Greymons are vaccine, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
He's got the one of
something I've seen people toy around with. It's just there's no way to guarantee it, but like,
right.
It is cool because, like, obviously this Marcus requires a Greymon to be in play at the start of your main phase. But if you promote Pata and you hit a Geo out of security, you can still trigger this Marcus.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because Marcus is going to look at the board after Patamon's resolved.
Depending on what order you have the effects in, yeah. But obviously you would do Pata first.
Yeah, why would you?
Yeah. But congrats. Then we have Jiro with Imperial. Boo. Just kidding. Not playing 4 of the best card in the deck? What?
Wow, that's wild.
How many is that? Is that 3 or 2?
It's 3.
What the heck?
First thing I do when I build Imperial is put 4 of this broken tamer in the deck.
How many copies of Progenitor is that?
3. 3 is pretty normal from what I've seen. I would probably try to play 4, but maybe it clogs a little bit. But I would absolutely play 4 of the dual tamer. That's the best card in the deck.
Yeah, you gotta see that card.
Yeah. Opening with this card is the nuts.
Yeah,
interesting.
Yeah, it's like you start the deck building process with 4 of this and 4 of BT16 Pyodramon.
Yeah.
Yep. Every time I've played against this deck when I've been doing my playtesting online, the only times I've ever lost a game is when they open with the dual tamer. It's just like, okay, well, you saw it, and then you happen to see every piece you needed after that. Cool. I guess I'm dead turn 3.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand, people. I'm surprised that guy topped playing 3 of it. I guess he just saw it. Must be nice. Yeah. Then we have another Ancient Garu.
Red base again.
Yep.
Was the other guy not playing Paladin mode? I actually can't remember.
I don't recall. Yeah, I don't recall if he was.
Atomic Inferno makes sense.
Yeah. 1 HJ.
I mean, you could Evo on top of your Kendo, on top of your Memory Setter, Atomic Inferno at swing, and then your Ancient Garu's checking 2 and pushing 1 to hand. That's actually kind of nutty.
Yeah.
Surprised people aren't doing that more.
Yeah, it seems pretty strong.
How is he?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm missing something, but like, how do you do your Lobo Warp? Because you have to have like a purple or no, I guess if it's Kendo in the source, you can do it no matter what.
Yes.
So he has to have Kendo.
Well, yeah, I mean that's how most people build it. Like I've seen people that play like the one of Purple Tamer, but you don't need it.
Yeah.
You just have.
I mean, you don't need it, but I feel
combo.
like it would be like an extra copy of Kendo,
Yeah.
quote unquote. I guess that's why he's playing one of the other one.
Yeah.
Jamming.
Yeah. Normally they either play that one or like the mat.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Still pretty standard list. Digimon Emperor, all that good stuff. Lots of removal.
That was Tony, and then we have Darren Walsh with Magna X. This is the armor version.
Hey, he had the money.
Yep, he's got 2 of the Flame Dramons.
Death X, Chessmon.
Yeah, one of each of these level 7s, 2 Blinding Rays, Final Punch, Shulu Yulin, 2 HJs. Yeah.
Yeah, well, looks a pretty good list. Standard.
Yeah. Congrats. And then we have another Magnex, Dominique. Let's see what we got here.
He also had money.
He's playing Ruin Mode over the Justmon GX. No,
he's he's right there.
Other than that, looks pretty much the same. This guy has more searching with the memory boost, mental trainings.
Yeah, makes sense.
This is surprising. Only one of BT13 Magnamon. I feel like that's like... I think this was probably the best one, but BT13 is, like, in my opinion, the second best Magnamon.
Yeah, second best one. I agree.
Every time I see more copies of him versus more copies of the other one, the original Magna, like, I get it, because you can unsuspend, you can do, like, cheeky plays like that. I really like the Royal Knight one.
Yeah, I think the Royal Knight one is, like... He's just the best, like, mid-ground play, because, like, it doesn't matter what your opponent does to him, you're going to get value out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Congrats. Then we have C-Box with Leviamon.
Are any of these Levias the ones that you lost to, or no?
One of them is. I think it might be this guy. I can actually tell you. 1 second.
Yeah, while you do that, let's look at this deck list. I mean, he's playing the one of Anubis, as you do.
Yeah, I think you kind of have
that
to.
That card is printed. Yeah, they printed it, so...
They did make the mistake of printing it, unfortunately.
I mean, this looks like it's what I would consider to be a pretty standard Levia Anubis deck. I don't know if I'm seeing any crazy tech cards that like pop out to me.
Just one Biting Crush. That's funny. This is the guy I lost to. The round 2 I didn't see an ace, and then game 2 I didn't see an ace, and then game 3 I punted because he had his one of Biting Crush apparently on the field, and I just like deliberately played into it because I didn't bother looking at his trash to see what he had set up.
And the 7 Lightning was also set up.
Yeah, he had his one of Biting Crush on the field, and he had both of his 7 Lightnings in trash with a Levia and a Levia X in trash.
That's unfortunate.
I mean, it was my fault, 100%. I should have looked at his trash because I was like, Leviamon's not a big deal, and he's like, okay, Levia X, double 7 Lightning, and I was like, oh, I just lost, cool.
And now it's a big deal.
Yeah, now it's a big deal. Oops. Yeah.
Spaghetti-o.
Yep. Congratulations. He said after the match was over, he said that was my most stressful match of the day. He looked tense the entire match, like he was stressed out.
That's how I always felt playing Leviamon, man, because I'm like, I'm gonna mess up somewhere.
And then we have,
I gotta do this right.
Yeah, Hipstereo, Omnimon DNA. Hipstereo is a fan of the channel, by the way.
Yeah, I did actually take a peek ski at this deck.
Yeah, 2 Alter Bees.
I have thought.
This is kind of interesting. Supreme
Connection. So
yeah,
to understand the play is somebody actually explained this in a comment a while ago. I think it was on my first Omnimon deck profile. You play that because it searches your Metal Garus, and when you play the Metal Garu, you can reduce its play cost even further. Because he's a cyborg.
Yeah.
So that's what that is.
Makes sense.
Just a one.
And you play the Black Tamer, so.
Yeah. And 3 Fireballs. I
have thoughts.
I think this makes sense because there are some like
floodgates.
Yeah, floodgate rookies you'd probably want to just be able to pop for cheap. Obviously, not having a guaranteed draw is not ideal, but I think I can understand playing this.
I just like the security and the consistency of Heir of Dragons. That's just me.
Yeah,
I'm like Sean. I just like to guarantee the draws.
Yeah, I don't know if I would do Fireball over Heir of Dragons, but I understand the thought process.
Yeah, I don't like how little Gabumons he has.
I think
because he only plays like what, 2?
I think the goal of this deck is to hard slam Metal Garu.
Yeah, well, I mean with the Spring Connections, it makes sense.
That's just one, but yeah. Because he
I'm saying like you can search it. Yeah.
He has 4 targets for Gabu, but he has 8 targets for Agu.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that was his goal. Yeah, congratulations. Did not expect that.
I mean the Tamer lineup too. Like I haven't seen a lot of decks cut the Taikari.
Yeah, I mean
that deck didn't even play it. He played BT15 Mat, which is another way to search for Melgas.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense because, like, yes, it lets you play your Tamers for free, but at the same time, like, it's basically like a mulligan for an extra card when you play it.
Yeah, it's an investment card where you have to see your pieces to make your investment worthwhile.
Yeah, we have 7th place Jaxi OS playing Magnavax. Let's take a look at here. Alright, I agree with this. I think you should be playing multiple burst modes so you don't lose to Mirage. He's playing 4 Rapid and 3 Magna X. I thought about this whenever I originally tried to adjust my list.
Retool it.
I do think being more Rapid X focused makes more sense. Because it is a really good card. And
especially since you can just go on top of your level 4s again, like, a certain card never got limited.
Yeah, it also lets you warp into your level 6s, which is really powerful. Playing 1 Rise Gray. That actually is a pretty good tech. I like that, because then your Magna X can be swinging for 2 checks.
Yeah, Cody TK, I think is pretty interesting, because you can just keep playing the Padas, right?
Yeah, you just play the Padas, which I'm assuming his target was this Patamon. That searches your security, because I can just turn your Magna X on each main phase or each start of main phase. Lets you play around taunt and stuff like that.
Main, right?
Yeah.
That does mean that the Patamon would miss timing, right?
Yeah.
You wouldn't see start of main.
Yeah, this Patamon would not get its effect because it was not on the field at start of main phase, so it would not be able to trigger its effect. But obviously this isn't on place, you'd be able to get this.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it's an interesting choice. I can dig it. Lots of search cards.
Can you dig it, sucker?
Kinda. Yeah, solid list. Congratulations. Then we have another Leviamon, Momin. Only 2 Biting Crush.
It's 1 more than the last one.
Yeah, I'm surprised at like the low. Like I would have expected like at least 3, because like it's really good into Partition and the Dual Tamer. But I guess
I think this one's playing Lop X instead of Gabu X, but he is playing the Garu X.
Yeah, I mean I feel like you got to play the Garu X.
The last list wasn't.
Oh, that is surprising. Because like they're playing Protoform now, so like even if you don't evo on top of Garu, which you're literally never going to, you can still reduce it and then still get like the max effect.
Yeah.
Cool beans.
I mean, wonder how many times he high rolled somebody with the Anubis.
Probably at least once, I would imagine. Then we have 5th place, Brell. This is Benjamin, for those of you that don't know. This is Angels. It's not Yellow Vaccine.
But it's got the Patamon,
It does have the Patamon in it. Does that mean that Shine Greymon list could be Yellow Vaccine? Yellow Vaccine and then parentheses Shine Greymon?
No, but see, you have to have both. You have to have Patamon and TK. You're 1 TK.
I don't know about
1
that.
TK plus all Patamons equal Yellow Vaccine.
I don't know
Thoughts?
about that. No. So Ben and I's list differed by almost like 15 cards, I think. but a lot of them are the same. Like, the same concept is there. Like, basically, the goal is to establish Dom Angewomon as early as possible, and 4 of the 6 colors can't do anything about that lock once you establish it. I was the one that convinced him to play an Ophanimon as a one-of, even though I eventually cut it from my list, funnily enough.
Yeah, you should play this card. I'm not playing this card.
I literally put it in and I was like, it's a 5th Angewomon. And then I had to make room for stuff, and she went, and I was like, ah. But she's still a good card. I just didn't have room in my list once I was done making my changes. The 2 Bruin modes are literally specifically for the Imperial matchup. It's obviously a good card across the board, but like that's what it was in there for, is to like
tell them they can't play the game.
Yeah, I went a different route in telling my opponent they couldn't play the game because I didn't like Ruin mode, because like unless you want to overflow when he pops himself, you basically have to give up your Dom in order to do it, and I never liked that feeling because I
either
like
have 2 Doms set up or lose overflow.
Yeah, I like Ruin mode in a deck that can actually like finish the game for the 2 turns you start up your opponent, or you can just continuously do it over and over. But this deck can't really do that, so like a lot of times you'll Ruin mode lock them for 2 turns, and then you didn't finish the game out, and then they're just able to do stuff again, and it just didn't end up mattering. That was why I did not put Ruin mode in my list, but I understand why he wanted to have it, and it worked out for him. But I don't like it. Yeah, Double Emperor. I'm surprised he kept these in. I guess he figured it was good enough.
Sorta hurt against Imperial.
I mean, all they have to do is just Evo into one of their champions in raising. Like, Imperial doesn't really care if they have to Evo in their raising area.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. I mean, against Ancient Garu, especially since there were so many red bases.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good card. I personally don't think it's... Yeah, I don't think it's worth playing it in the meta anymore. But Ben had 2 in his list from the get-go, and he never adjusted from that point. He had 2 from when we first started testing to the end. We also added the pillows for the Imperial matchup. It's also good against other stuff, but it was specifically for Imperial. So, like, 2 pillows, 2 Ruin modes were in there because Imperial is a deck. But yeah. He was playing 1 Archai Angemon to have a 5th non-ace level 5 that he could go into. Also gives all your dudes blocker. Yeah, very powerful deck. Don't sleep on it. If you run into it and you don't have DP reduction or de-evo, it's probably going to Dougie on you, and you're going to wonder what the hell just happened to you. But congrats.
Yeah, you essentially have to have so much removal that you can burn through all of their security through Angelomons, and that is very difficult.
Yeah, only a couple of decks can actually even attempt to do that, and like Levi, I would say, was one of them. But you also have to not have... They have to not have aces in their hand on top of that for Levi.
Yeah.
But congrats once again to Ben.
This is the one I'm so surprised is this high up. I'm
Larry
actually very curious to see how this looks.
Ancient Gray. So this is just Ancient Gray OTK.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's just red hybrid, but you just changed it for the ancient stuff.
Interesting. Cool. He's playing 1 Warp Takuya. I guess that makes sense, because...
Yeah, that's all you ever really need.
You don't play Emperor, so yeah, I guess that makes sense.
What you do is, with that one, is you tuck a bunch of the reduced Digivolution cost Agoonies, and then you can Evo into your Ancient for free!
I mean, can't this deck still just high roll people? Like,
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Yeah.
I know Ancient Garu is really good, but like
Ancient Garu is better.
Just kill really fast.
Yeah, Ancient Garu is better because of the Ancient itself being better.
Yeah.
But this is still a hybrid deck that does what Ancient Garu does. It just doesn't have as good of a level 6.
Yeah.
It has a better promo, but it has a worse level 6.
Yeah, agreed.
Which is why you see these decks playing the old Ancient, because it doesn't have as good of an effect. But if you have a bunch of cards under him, he's clearing your security.
Yeah. You can't just promote and be like, swing all of your security.
All your security are mine.
Yeah. And then you just hybrid for game or blitz Omni for game.
Yeah.
Because he is playing the He's not playing the piercing, never mind. So I guess blocker does...
Well, that's what the new tamer is for.
Yeah, but I was saying, like, if they promote the stack...
Oh, yeah, okay. I see what you're saying. Picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah, but congrats. That is surprising.
God, I still haven't even played that deck. I have it just sitting on the table.
Wes with Shine Gray. We have another Shine Gray, which is interesting. Okay. So no Pada.
So this is more of what I was expecting from the last one, where he's playing the option. And yeah, you're right. He is playing the new tamer.
Yeah, he's just playing one of the option. I've been tinkering. I'm trying to make a list with 4 of it, but it's a struggle.
He's got Valkyries too.
Yeah, one of Valkyries, which is it's a solid card. It not being a Shine Greymon card kind of sucks, but is like one of the best aces you have access to.
Yeah, at the same time, if your opponent's playing Imperial and they don't think about it, it's like, oh, haha, you lost. Sorry.
Yep. 3 physical trainings, 1 memory boost. It makes me feel like he just couldn't find a 4th physical training when he was
couldn't find his other training.
Yeah.
Oh, Jackie, I got 49 cards. What am I missing? Oh my god, I'm missing a training. Can I borrow something? Oh yeah, I got a mem boost. Ah.
I feel like that's exactly what happened when he was putting his deck list together. That's interesting. Yeah, 2 and 2 on the burst modes makes sense.
Different Tama too, right? Maybe that's why he's not paying the Pada.
Oh yeah, true. He is playing the red base, which
that can't be right. Why would he play the red Tama here?
I don't know. It does give you draw power, but yeah, like his search cards and his options all being yellow. If you don't open a rookie, it makes it very awkward.
That's got to be the wrong Tama, right?
No, that's the right Tama for sure. I've seen people do this with Shine. I don't agree with it personally, but I have seen people do this.
Yeah, this deck can brick hard.
Yes. Yeah, if you don't open a rookie and you open a bunch of trainings and you're just like, okay, cool, pass.
Yeah, imagine not being able to search.
Yeah.
Okay. Weird.
Yeah, I've seen it before. I don't agree with it, but it worked out for him. Then we have Malloy with Imperial, came in second. Let's take a look here. 4 of the dual tamer, I agree.
Let's go.
1 HPD. Mega Gargo.
My man said, "Oh no, I didn't see a level 6. I guess I'll just leave this Pyildra on the board."
That's pretty brutal.
Psych.
Yeah, that's really good against the hybrid decks. Not to mention basically anything else. But what's so cracked about this card is basically another HPD. Like he's basically playing 4 HPDs. Yeah, I agree.
I mean, he's only playing Fighter Ace. Other than his Paladin mode, he's only playing like 3 Evos to go on top of your Dragon modes.
Yeah. Well, this Dragon mode can only
starter deck one, so he doesn't care.
Yeah, this is the Wombo combo version where they're just trying to kill you.
Yeah.
With a couple of trap cards, but congrats. And then we have Cross J316 with Dexter Rugamon. Did you just net deck this guy, Chris? Oh, no, you didn't, because you weren't playing Mega Gargo, were you?
Mm-mm.
You played Vikemon instead.
Yeah, I was playing Vikemon instead. I wanted to go all in on the Digivolve aspect.
Fair. Were you accounting for Angels being in your meta or something?
No, I mean, why not just go all in on Digivolve?
Yeah. I mean, this is better against hybrid decks.
True.
But yeah, 2 Chikuris, 2 Sephiroth. Sephiroth is a taunt card, right? Yep.
Yeah, he's also a 4 of him and the mirror. I can't remember his name. They're both 4 ofs. Mercury are 4 ofs, and the
Mother Control.
Mother Control, yeah.
Yeah, interesting list.
Mother Control play Black Tamers?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ty.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And you play Mind Link Tamers where you Evo on top of the Mind Link and then you detach at the end of your turn.
Play it back out.
Yeah.
You play the Ty and you also play the Digi-Police chick, not Shu, but the other one.
Yeah.
The one that gets played out with Numamon?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Satsuki?
I think
Yeah,
that's
Satsuki.
it, yeah. But congratulations. Lots of stuff happening here.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of stuff. Let's see.
Too much stuff, if you ask Chris.
So much stuff.
No, it's not too much stuff. I'm just.
But
I
congratulations
gotta play the
to
deck
Cross for sweeping the whole event 9-0.
Yeah, crazy. We actually had a true undefeated.
Uh-huh.
Not like Bandai cares anymore, right? Played out anyway.
Yeah. Alright. Weekly reveals. We have quite a bit to go over. We have skipped this segment for a couple weeks. Henry Wong. Start your main phase. If you have a Digimon with Terriermon, Gargomon, or Rapidmon in its name, gain 1 memory. All turns when any of your Digimon digivolves into a green Digimon by suspending this tamer, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it seems okay.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if this is as good as any of the other Henrys we've gotten. Like, we have 2 Henrys now that warp, right?
Wait. I think you're right, yeah.
One of them's a memory setter, I think.
I was expecting this to say, like, reduce the Evo cost by 1.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that'd be kind of nutty. But...
Especially since they already have so much Evo reduction built in.
Yeah. And the thing is like, a lot of their stuff suspends your stuff anyway. So, like, this is kind of redundant.
I'd like to see it give it piercing or something like that.
Yeah.
Because then... At least then you have a reason to suspend their stuff. You can attack into it and pierce.
Yeah, like, the Samer's okay, but I feel like you have so many good ones to choose from. I don't know if it would make the cut for you. Yeah.
Right.
Also, I just realized you can tell how many reveals we have by your scroll wheel over there.
Oh, yeah.
Look how high up that scroll wheel is.
I saw it.
Ah!
Then we have Gargo. When digivolving, if you have 1 or fewer tamers, you may play 1 Henry Wong from your hand without paying the cost. Inheritable when attacking once per turn. Suspend one of your opponent's Digimon.
I like that. I mean, you can play multiple. I mean, I've said this before.
Any copy of Rapid.
I mean, if you're not playing that version,
you can play this as like your 9th and 10th champion if you want.
I just like that it doesn't restrict you on the. Yeah, I just like it doesn't restrict you on the. Oh, if you already got the tamer, you're, out of luck.
But if you're playing like this, I don't know if you would in this particular build, but like if you're playing Willis, if you have 2 Willises out, this card's dead.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything.
Whereas if it just said if you didn't control a Henry, play a Henry, you could still play a Henry.
Yeah, that is a good point. I think Willis is probably one of the best tamers you can play in the deck, and I don't know, you already have free tamer play or like reduced cost tamer play from your Terriermon.
Terrier. Yeah.
So I don't know.
It also to me reads as a bit redundant.
Yeah. Inheritable suspends. Yeah, that's okay. Rapidmon Ace. 5 cost, because it was so good. On play / when digivolving, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers, then one of the Digimon or Tamers can't unsuspend to the end of their turn. Inheritable, your turn this Digimon gets plus 4,000 DP.
Man, they're just never going to get back to as good as that Rapidmon is from the starter deck, are they?
Nope.
Yeah, and I think the trend is they're 5 cost because they have inheritables. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure even like the promo, if it's 5 cost, it has an inheritable.
For 4K DP, that's premium DP.
I mean, that
Your
is
turn only.
Yeah, that is a pretty massive buff. But like, I don't know. This effect is okay. I don't know if you play this.
You're not playing this. No.
Yeah. It's like, imagine you...
I mean, especially when you have the starter deck one that just says, hey, you can't touch my dude. Eat a bag.
Yep.
Yeah. Like, imagine you make a Gargo on
Digimon.
top of this guy and your opponent outs it and you're just like, okay, cool.
Alright, have 7 memory for free.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about that one, Chief. Higher quality Gilmon. I'm just gonna keep on going. Gallantmon. Oh, this art goes hard.
It does go hard. He's about to body Millennium.
I think... Is that Millennium or is that just Chimera? I can't tell.
It could... I can't tell either. I think it has to be...
this is the canon. I think you're right. I think this is Millennium. Either way.
Kalumon is just sitting there under his boot.
Yeah.
Looks like he's about to kick him.
When digivolving, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 8,000 DP or less. If this effect didn't delete, the Digimon gains piercing. You get 3,000 DP until the end of your opponent's turn. Your turn, once per turn, when an opponent's Digimon is deleted, gain 2 memory.
Man, I think the biggest problem with these red decks is they're constantly doing this if and or but or what situation. Just let it have broken effects.
Gallant's always done that though.
Yeah, this is a Gallantmon trait.
It's just like they're locked in. Like they don't care. They're just locked in.
They are.
Like look at Sakuyamon. Sakuyamon's bad because it's locked into the plugin aspect. This is going to be nowhere. Okay, maybe I'll eat my own words if they make something busted after this. But like Gallantmon's never going to be tier 1, tier 2, or not tier 2, S tier. As long as it's always doing this dumb crap where it's like, hey, here's an effect that's okay. Oh, you deleted one Digimon? Alright, cool.
You watch your mouth, okay? I watched a Sakuyamon match the other week, and it played like 20 cards and didn't do a single damn thing, okay? But it played a lot of cards.
That is what happens when they pop off on you, dude. So many things get put in the trash, and then they're like, alright, your turn.
Yeah,
please be gentle. Yeah. It's a Pyramon. On play, by trashing your top security card, gain 1 memory. Inheritable all turns once per turn. This yellow Digimon with the data or which one you trait would leave the battle area by an opponent's effect. By trashing your top security card, it doesn't leave.
That's really good for a level 3.
This is... Imagine this with Dynas and Angelomon. Or
well, guess what we're about to read next.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is pretty dope. I like it.
It's a really cool card.
I mean, for a level 3 inheritable to actually be protection, why do they give yellow such good stuff like that?
It's only once per turn, though.
Yeah, Sean, I'm telling you right now, you're not going to like the Dynas X, I don't think. The art goes really hard, but its effect, I don't think you will.
Yeah, I was about to say, this is normal Dynas first.
Yeah,
Dynas is good. I like this
I haven't seen this one either. I just know the Ace. So we have another Dynasmon.
Also, real quick, can we talk about how this Dynas has an on-play, but the Gallant doesn't? So, like, this is also pseudo Royal Knight support, and the Gallant isn't.
He'll be alright, dude. You wouldn't have played this in Royal Knights.
Well, I agreed, but I'm just saying, it's like, come on.
You already have Gallantmons you want to play in Royal Knights, and he ain't making the cut.
Agreed.
On play / when digivolving by trashing your top security card, one of your Digimon gains blocker and gets 6,000 DP until the end of your opponent's turn. All turns, once per turn, when Digimon would leave the battle area, if you have 2 or fewer security cards, recover +1. This is okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
I like the Ace better.
Yeah, he doesn't protect himself, but I guess that's kind of what the whole point of the other guy is, right?
Yeah, he just recovers if he... This is actually pretty sick, though. So, if you trigger his protection, you can also trigger the recovery, even though he's not going to leave.
Yeah, because it's when he would.
Yeah, it's an interruptive effect, which is actually pretty sick.
It's like Protoform in that aspect, where if you attempt to remove a Protoform stack without or with protection, you can trigger the Proto, recover the Proto, grab something from the stack, and then protect it.
You actually have to.
Oh, it's mandatory. Oh, okay.
Fun fact. This is actually pretty cool, though. The fact that that's interruptive is pretty nice. Alright, now we have Dynas X.
Also looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I think the alt art goes really hard. I can't wait to come across that, but Digivolves on Dynas for 1, other than that's 4. Raid Blocker. When Digivolving, when attacking, once per turn. If Dynasmon or X antibodies in this Digimon sources, by trashing your top security card, trash your opponent's top security card, and this Digimon gets 6,000 DP until the end of your opponent's turn. End of your turn, if you have 2 or fewer security cards, recover +1.
Yeah, I agree. That's kind of mid.
Yeah, this is like okay. Like you can end the game potentially. Okay.
Like the raid blocker is cool, but I can't remember. I can't remember if any of the other cards in his line give piercing. I mean, I assume maybe they do because it does have raid. But like, I don't know. It's okay.
Yeah.
The fact that you're gonna be Omega Ginormous Gigantic, because both DP buffs are until the end of your opponent's turn, I think.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, so plus 12k. That's pretty cool, I guess.
It is cool, but it's just like it's also at the same time kind of underwhelming.
Yeah.
Is that going to be like the easiest way to become like 24K? Just
Probably.
Evo into both of them.
Yeah. This card seems like a game ender to me because you can like just swing, trash the top security card, and then you're checking lethal.
Yeah.
It's a shame his alt art goes so unbelievably hard. This is a little underwhelming of an effect.
Oh, hey, look, a 3-color option card. That's common.
Did we not go over this?
I can't remember, but this is one of the most ridiculous cards
so
I've ever played. It's
stupid.
It's clearly a meme card.
It is.
There's no other way to explain this because there's never a time where you're gonna have all 3 of these cards in your deck.
What's 4?
I know, but I'm saying, imagine you played. Can't you play all 3 of them if you have all 3 of them?
No, it plays tokens.
Oh, tokens. Okay, that's right.
So you can Trinity Burst. While you have a level 5 War Growl, Talmon, and Rapidmon, you may ignore this card's color requirements. Otherwise, it's a 3-color option for 8 memory. Main, play 1 War Growlmon, Digimon Red 6000 DP, Talmon, Digimon Yellow 6000 DP, and Rapidmon, Digimon Green 6000 DP tokens. This effect may not play a token with the same name as any of your Digimon. Then for the turn, one of your level 5 Digimon gains Alliance twice, and it attacks. Security. You may play 1 level 5 War Growlmon, Talmon, or Rapidmon from your hand without paying the cost.
So you're attempting with 8 memory to swing for 3 checks with
yes,
tokens.
That is basically what you're doing. Well, one of your bodies is real. I'm assuming it's a body you actually swing with, but yeah.
It's so funny.
This is what the other secret rare we just got should.
You know what?
Yeah, this is literally like this is the secret rare.
I say that, and I just know Caleb's gonna pull this off on me, and I'm gonna get so upset.
100%.
Yeah, he's gonna do this to me.
You could theoretically, right? Hear me out. You could play this in a Gallantmon deck. Now, remember, we're cope situation here. We're Caleb.
Yeah, obviously we're coping. We have this in our deck.
Yeah. You X antibody. You're level 5.
Okay.
You swing with it. You go into Gallant X. It's a good play now.
That actually isn't that bad, other than the fact that you're paying 8 memory on top of the Evo cost for the Gallant X.
So good luck giving your opponent 10 memory.
Oh god, This is so dumb. Why is it 8 memory?
I can see like 5. 8.
You get Alliance +2.
I mean, the fact that it poops out tokens is cool, but like, they're 6,000 DP, man. It's not that big of a deal.
I was gonna say real quick before we move on, if you guys remember from the last week's podcast, I said, and I quote, "If I pull that secret rare alt art, I'm gonna be pissed."
And then we said,
so tell me why.
You just guaranteed yourself.
Yeah. So tell me why. Like my third or fourth pack into my box, I pulled that. That was one of my secret slots.
Yep.
So
I mean, we literally said, we called it when you said that.
That's what happens.
Yeah. And then the very next pack was Saber Leo Ace alt. I was pissed. But the box made up for it because I pulled Galaxy as Photon Dragon alt, so.
I mean, did it though. Red card. While your opponent has a white Digimon or Tamer, you may ignore this card's color requirements.
This is while your opponent?
What? Yeah, that's what it says.
This card's way worse than I thought it was.
Main. One of your Digimon is unaffected by the effects of your opponent's option cards and can't have its DP reduced until the end of your opponent's turn. Security add this card to the hand.
Okay, never mind. This card's garbage.
I'm assuming it means white Digimon or just a Tamer. But yeah, I would if you want to play this, you probably need a red source in your deck. You can't just count on your opponent playing.
Yeah, you can't just count on it. Yeah. God, that's so much worse than I thought.
It is so much worse. Unfort. Shademon. On play of the top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 card with a Twilight or Composite Trade among to the hand, trash the rest. On deletion, you may play 1 Nene Amano from your trash without paying the cost, then save. Rule trait has Composite type. You can Digicross this -2 with Nene Amano, which is a Tamer. Oh, we've already read this, haven't we?
Tamer in this set.
This is higher quality. I just got bamboozled. I remember realizing that you Digicross with a tamer now, and I saw this.
Yeah. I mean, it's not just a tamer now.
What?
Nene is not just a tamer now.
I don't think that one's called Nene Amano, though, is it?
I think it's considered Nene in name.
Well, I mean, this is
I could be wrong,
this
but-
is specifically Nene Amano, so unless it says treat this card as Nene Amano, I don't think it would work. But we'll see. We're gonna get to it.
Yeah, that's literally right there.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
Luminamon. This evo's on top of Shademon for 2. Okay. On play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 card with Cross Art, Blue Flare, or Twilight. Trade among them to the hand, return the rest to the bottom of the deck. Then you may play 1 Tamer card with a play cost of 4 or less from your hand without paying the cost. On deletion, save. This seems pretty decent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot of value for 5 memory. Or
I mean, Evo on top of your Shademon for 2.
yeah, I mean, you don't get the on play, but yeah. It's so weird. Alright. Luminamon Nene version. Okay. Evo's on top of Luminamon for 2. Or Nene Amano with Shademon under it for 3. So you can Evo this on top of your Tamer if it has Shademon underneath it, which is weird.
I mean, easy enough to do because you have save, right?
Yeah, it's just odd because the level.
It's just so weird.
Yeah, it's because it's level 5. On play / when evolving, choose one other Digimon by playing 1 level 4 or low Digimon card from its Digivolution cards without paying the cost. Delete the chosen Digimon. On deletion, you may play 1 card with a play cost of 5 or less from under any of your Tamers without paying the cost. Digicross -1 Nene Amano with either Shademon or Luminamon.
Okay, so it's not considered in name.
It is not.
Weird.
This is such a strange card. So, like, you can target your opponent's stuff with this.
It's
Those
so
three-
weird, too, because you can Rainbow Digivolve on top of anything.
Yes, I believe you are correct. Yeah, Zevo's on top of anything. For 4
This
memory.
is so weird. So weird.
So strange.
Also, notice the rarity.
Oh, yeah, I forgot this is a secret.
What?
Yep. This is one of the secrets. So imagine you're opening your 2.0 or your
2.0 bucks.
2.5.
Hopefully this is 2.5. I want 2.0 to be nothing but good stuff.
It better be
Dude.
bees.
What are
Bees
the
and
other
Lord
secrets
Nightmon.
for 18?
Dude, what a joke.
That is such a
18 secret
terrible
was
card.
Lucemon stuff, right?
I think so.
I'm gonna double check.
Then we have a new
Yeah,
8.
Susano. It's Susano and Lucemon Satan mode. Imagine pulling that instead of either of those.
I would be very sad. ADR10 or ADR01 Jerry. On play for each Digivolution card of one of your Mother D Reaper, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 1000 DP for the turn. Place a Digimon as the bottom Digivolution card of one of your Mother D Reaper without ADR01 Jerry in its sources. Inheritable, opponent's turn. When any of your opponent's Digimon attack, you may play 1 ADR01 Jerry from this Digimon's Digivolution cards without paying the cost. If you played, you may change the attack target to the Digimon played by this effect.
Oh, so you can protect your mother from raid now.
Yep. Thanks, Bandai. No one asked for this.
Reaper coming back.
You also get the
you can
on play, so like you can minus their DP on top of redirecting the attack.
Yeah.
Yo.
You can protect your gatekeepers. You can protect anything now. I mean, from battle. Specify.
Yeah, I mean this is literally what D Reaper needed. It's kind of annoying that it's printed though. I'm not a huge fan, but whatever. I guess you have to play a Pillowmon and then have access to raid.
Yeah.
So like you have to play Gatsumon and raid.
Yeah, like imagine this card just gets slotted straight into mother control.
I wouldn't really do anything.
I'm just saying it's like having an extra ace.
It doesn't really accomplish anything if you don't have a bunch of sources underneath your mother though.
Yeah.
It would
That's
minus
fair enough.
0 DP if you didn't have anything underneath your mother.
Yeah, that's fair.
D Reaper Zone. Security opponent's turn when any of your... So I'm assuming this is face-up security. So this is like a field
We'll see how that happens.
Yeah, when any of your opponent's Digimon attack, if all of your Digimon and Tamers have the D-Reaper trait, for each Digivolution card of one of your Mother D-Reaper, the attacking Digimon gets minus 1,000 DP for the turn. Main, if you don't have face-up security cards, by trashing your top security card, place this card face-up as your top security card. Security effect, you may play one D-Reaper trait card with as high or lower play cost as the number of Digivolution cards of one of your Mother D-Reaper from your hand without paying the cost.
Jeez,
I love
as somebody who plays blue, I'm tired of these D-Reapers, and they're no level having stupid faces.
Yeah, D-Reaper P's on like purple and blue, I think, are the ones that specify level the most.
Yeah. Tired of it, Grandpa.
That's an interesting card. The fact that you can just force this on your security is pretty nasty.
God, I better not catch any of you bringing D-Reaper to locals. I'll bury your
bringing it next week.
Look at Chris. Starmons. Decoy cross art trait. On deletion, you may play one shooting Starmon from under any of your Tamers without paying the cost, and place one Starmons and one Pikmons from your trash as that Digimon's bottom Digivolution cards. Inheritable when attacking. Once per turn, this Digimon has the cross art trait. One of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2,000 DP for the turn.
Okay. I mean, okay.
Yeah, it's whatever.
It's a cross card. I don't care.
Yeah, same. Shooting Starmon. I like this art.
Hey, it looks cool.
This card is also treated as Starmons for a Digicross. All turns once per turn, when any of your cross art trait Digimon are played, one of your opponent's Digimon gains security attack -1 and gets minus 3,000 DP until the end of their turn. On deletion, you may place one Digimon card with the cross art or blue flare trait from your hand or trash under any of your Tamers. Inheritable when attacking. Once per turn, the Digimon has the cross art trait. One of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2,000 DP for the turn.
I mean, I guess he gets a little extra bonus pat on the back because he actually has Preem DP neg.
Yeah, he also sees himself.
Yeah, which is nice.
Yeah, so you'd get that effect if you just played him off of any of your stuff. Seems okay. Meteor Rock Soul. Main, activate one of the effects below. You may play one cross art trait Digimon with 4,000 DP or less from under any of your Tamers without paying the cost. Or, by unsuspending one of your Shoutmon EX6 and one of your Shooting Starmon, one of your Digimon may attack the player. And then security, you may play one cross art trait Digimon card with 4,000 DP or less from any of your Tamers without paying the cost.
Okay.
I mean, at least it's only 3 cost. At least it's not like the other card that was 8.
Yeah, but this card does it way less. This card seems kind of like pack filler to me.
Mm-hmm.
It do be a common.
Yeah. Airjamon. On deletion, give one of your opponent's Digimon security attack -1 until the end of their turn. Then if you have 2 or fewer security cards, recover +1 inheritable barrier.
Would you even play this in Dynast for the barrier?
I don't know. I don't know.
Probably better cards.
I haven't looked at trying to build that since we're not getting that for a few months.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would imagine you probably have better things to put in.
Doesn't the Dynast deck care about data and Witchenly? This card's a vaccine and a mythical piece, so it's probably not even used for that archetype.
True.
Probably not, but you never know. I doubt it. Because off the top of my head, I think you already have probably like 8+ champions you'd want to play.
Yeah.
But maybe.
Anyway, let's go to Dio.
Alright, Lucimon X Antibody. Looks very cool.
I love how he has the halo as his the Demon Lord sign.
The Demon Lord pride symbol as his halo. That's pretty sick.
Yeah. Also, a lot of memes were made of this art.
Yes.
My favorite was Ichigo catching Aizen's sword. Sean doesn't get that reference.
I do not. So it evos on top of level 5 or higher with Lucimon in name for 3 memory. Otherwise, evos on top of level 5s for 6. All turns, once per turn, when this Digimon would leave the battle area, if a card with Lucimon in its name is in this Digimon's evolution cards, by trashing both players' top security cards, it doesn't leave. End of your turn, once per turn, your opponent may trash their top security card. If this effect didn't trash, recover +1 and delete one of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers.
Okay, so this is literally a better like wombo combo you can play in your Demon Lord deck now.
This is a secret, right?
No, it's a super.
He's
Oh,
just a
okay, so
regular-
the other trash card is a secret, but this one's not.
Yeah. This card is very, very good.
Very good, very very good.
Hopefully we get the entire Loosemon deck in 2.0. But we'll
Don't
see.
get your hopes up.
Yeah. It does seem like it'd
this
be
seems
fun
like
to
it's
play.
really. This seems like it's going to be really good in the Lucemon deck, but also in the Demon Lord deck. Like it does both.
Yes, it does.
It's so good. Not to mention we're getting his option card too.
Yeah. What's funny? Oh, it's once per turn. Never mind. Okay, thank God.
You're. I know what you were thinking, Sean. I know what you were thinking.
If this wasn't once per turn, if they DP reduce, you could just repeatedly trigger it until your opponent is out of security cards.
Yep.
Yep.
You're like, I guess I'm about to attack you for game, dummy.
I mean,
Yeah.
to be fair, you were correct to make that assumption. It is half purple.
It
Sure.
is. But yeah,
They have made such oversights before.
I am thankful that they made this once per turn, because otherwise that would have been really In addition to him just being like, no.
No.
Yeah, but DP reduction would have been a really bad thing for you, because he just would have been like, okay, trash all your security, stupid. Really cool card. 7th Divine Cruise. This has 7 Demon Lords in the trait. Trash your turn when any of your Digimon digivolves into Lucemon X antibody. By returning this card to the bottom of the deck, your opponent may trash their top security card. If this effect didn't trash, recover +1. Main, delete your opponent's Digimon until they have as many as the number of your security cards. If this effect deleted, recover +1. And security, you may play 1 Lucemon from your trash without paying the cost.
Good Lord Jesus. They're making this Lucemon say, hey, I don't even have to attack you. Just get rid of your security. Just get it out of here.
Yeah.
Why would someone as godly and as amazing as Lucemon want to attack security? Just force your opponent to do it himself.
Yeah. You probably don't play this in 7 Great Demon Lords, maybe as a one of, because it is a dual color option, so you'd have to have like one of your rookie Lucemons on the field to play it.
Right.
But yeah, it seemed like it would probably be a card you would play in the Lucemon deck, though. Seems interesting. Then we have Gaussmon. On play / on deletion, by placing 1 blue flare trait Digimon card from your hand or any of your tamers, draw 1.
Not bad.
Yeah, this seems pretty underwhelming after reading some of the Lucemon cards.
Agreed.
I mean, he is a little boy.
It is a little level 3.
Yeah. Zeeg Greymon. On play / when you evolve in D-Evo 2, one of your opponent's Digimon. Then if your opponent has 2 or more Digimon, return one of their level 4 or lower Digimon to the hand. On deletion, you may play 1 blue flare or cross art trade Digimon card with a play cost of 5 or less from under any of your tamers without paying the cost. Then save. Inheritable all turns Digimon gets plus 2,000 DP.
I like
That's
the
pretty
D-Digivolve.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it does,
okay.
that
I
seems
like
pretty
it.
strong.
I like how they're still coping with the Grey Nightmon by giving these cards inheritables, the level 6s.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you better print one that's actually good because no one's playing that old one.
Well, I think you can tuck this guy underneath the boss monster, right?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, under Cross as well, you're right.
Yeah.
Or the Shoutmon cards.
Yeah. Chimeramon. On play / when you're evolving, by deleting one of your Digimon, delete one of your opponent's level 3, one of the level 4, and one of the level 5 Digimon. On deletion, by deleting one of your level 4 or lower purple or red Digimon, you may play 1 Machine Digimon from your trash without paying the cost. Digicross -1, 3 level 4 Digimon cards with the composite trait and different card numbers, inheritable security attack +1.
Damn.
That's pretty cool.
That is interesting.
I gotta wait. It's been so long since we read some of the other Machine Dramon cards. I'm gonna have to take a look at all the other ones.
Yeah,
before we
I think this
start
one is
seeing-
specifically used for the Machine Dramon that's going to be in the Zed Millennia deck.
Yeah, they
yeah.
made all this very specific to where you couldn't really wombo combo this with normal Machine Dramon, because you'd have to delete one of your level 4 or lower purple or red Digimon. And
Right.
like, you'd have to dedicate, I think, too much deck space to like try to this wombo
Yeah.
combo.
This is definitely going to be the composite deck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, hey, it's nice to see cards like Chimera, who were printed in like one of the first sets, get really nice support like this.
Yeah.
Because I mean, they haven't Chimera like / Millennia hasn't had a deck since like what 1.5 or 1.0.
I can't remember what set Millennium on came
Because it was
out
like Purple Millennia Turbo. I want to say that was 1.0. I could be wrong, but
You might be right. I know it came out in BT2, but I
1.5.
don't know which one of our
Yeah.
sets it came out of.
Because 1.5 was Shine Gray, All Force, and Imperial.
Red Omni.
I think Millennia was one of the only decks that could combat, in quotations, the Omni decks.
Red Omni was also 1.5.
Yeah. Anyway.
Alright, Machine Dramon. Black and purple. On play / when Digivolving, delete one level 5 or lower Digimon, yours or your opponent's. This is also mandatory. Interesting.
Yikes.
On deletion, you may play one level 5 or lower Digimon card with the Cyborg or Composite trait from your trash without paying the cost. Rule trait has Composite type. Digicross -1 with 5 level 5 or lower Digimon cards with the Cyborg or Composite trait in different card numbers. Inheritable opponent's turn. Once per turn, when any of your opponent's Digimon attack, you may change the attack target to one of your Digimon with the Composite or Wicked God trait.
See, they're trying to. This one is trying to work with the other Machine Dramon decks.
Yeah, but then it's inheritable doesn't help.
No.
The inheritable is composite
Zed,
specific.
Yeah, Zed is. There's probably a way to play this with the new Zed cards that we're gonna eventually see.
Yeah, of course, he's going to be the Wicked God.
Yeah, in old school Machine Dramon, but we'll see. It just doesn't seem like it's gonna have the same kind of protection like the
it
Machine
feels
Dramons
like it's
we
a
have now.
different. Yeah, it's going to be a different style of Machine Dramon deck instead of what we used to get with the Cyborgs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to play the same or anything like that.
I mean, listen, I got my Deltamons at the ready.
Yeah, the fact we already had a playset of that was actually kind of funny.
I got them a long time ago.
Yeah, before they spiked.
I still have mine from when I was building Black War in like BT9.
Yep,
Yeah,
exactly. That's when I got mine too.
Yeah, and you guys were like, "Oh, I can't wait for Gray X." Got him.
Wicked God descends. Has Wicked God in the traits. Main, you may play one Composite trait Digimon card from your trash with the play cost reduced by 4. Then place this card in the battle area. All turns when any of your Digimon with Millenniumon in its name would leave the battle area delay, you may play one Wicked God trait Digimon card with a play cost 1 greater than that Digimon from your hand or trash without paying the cost. Security, place this card in the battle area. This is Composite trait. So you can like recycle this if you wanted to. Because then you could Digicross it when you play it.
Right.
Yeah.
Seems interesting. Zed Millenniumon.
This is the other secret.
Oh, yes, it is.
As
God,
it should
dude.
be.
Look at the dichotomy of these two secrets. Like, you have cute anime girl wearing barely anything, and then you have this demonic god.
She doesn't look like she's 18, Brandon. I would choose your words carefully.
Yeah, Nene is not
You never know
18.
what
That
she's
is,
doing.
She looks like she's like 12.
She is a child.
Yeah.
She is a child in that season.
Yeah. Eva's on top of Moon Millenniumon for 2 memory. Overclock Composite trait, and then on play / when evolving / when attacking. By returning one Digimon card from your opponent's trash to the top of the deck, return one of their Digimon to the bottom of the deck. All turns this Digimon with no sources, can't suspend, and isn't affected by your opponent's effects.
Damn.
So it's a 16,000 DP Digimon that is immune AF if it has no sources.
Yeah.
But I mean, he can't suspend.
He has Overclock, though. It lets you attack without suspending.
Oh, it lets you attack without suspending. So you just delete a composite trait and it attacks. Okay.
Yeah, and all the composite cards I think have like the
On
deletion
deletions,
stuff.
yeah.
Deletion stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm curious how this
Let's
deck's
go.
going to work, but it seems like once
I
they
need
get,
4.
once they get the setup, it's going to be pretty difficult.
I mean, it's kind of cool how you can just be like, all right, set your top deck so you're never actually getting what you want out of your draws, and then bot deck something on your board. That's so troll, but like so good at the same time.
Yeah. Monodramon. On play over the top 3 cards of their deck, add 1 card with Dragonkin or Cyborg trait and 1 Rio or 1 device trait option card among them to the hand. Turn the rest to the bottom of the deck. Inheritable. All turns Digimon gets 1000 DP.
Yeah, you're going to feel real bad in your Sakuamon 2.0 deck where you reveal a Rio and a device only.
Yeah.
And you only get 1 card.
Strike Dramon. When Digivolving, if you have 1 or fewer Tamers, you may play 1 Rio from your hand without paying the cost. Inheritable. All turns Digimon gets 1000 DP.
Next card.
Cool.
Cyberdramon.
Next card.
Has Rush and Collision. When attacking, trash 1 option card in your battle area. End of your turn, if your opponent has an unsuspended Digimon, this Digimon attacks the player. That is mandatory. Inheritable is Collision.
So, I guess you hard play it for 7 and swing over level 4, I guess.
Well, it attacks the player.
7 memory. Yeah, but you have Collision.
Oh, yeah, true. You're right. The fact that that's mandatory is kind of dumb. I'm wondering if that's a mistranslation.
No, Sean, this is Justimon. Okay, nothing. It's just bad.
You got me. It sucks. Tokomon.
Yo, why do he look like that?
What you mean? What's wrong with him?
Why he looks so angry? He's got the Dragon Ball like vein.
Yeah.
He's living his best life.
Your turn. When you have another green Digimon, this Digimon gets 2000 DP. Meh.
Okay, cool. Onward.
Chamblemon. On play / when evolving, suspend 1 of your opponent's Digimon, then 1 of their Digimon with the data trait. Can't unsuspend until the end of their turn. What?
Okay.
It's specifically data that it stuns. That is
cool. Scroll.
Yeah. Okay.
Next.
Marine Bullmon. Okay. Decode blue level 4, which means when this Digimon would leave the battle area other than in battle, you may play 1 blue level 4 Digimon card from this Digimon's evolution cards without paying the cost. On play / when Digivolving, you may place 1 Digimon card with Aqua or Sea Animal and any of its traits from your hand as one of your Digimon's bottom sources. Rule trait has aquatic type, inheritable end of attack once per turn. You may play 1 level 4 or lower Digimon card with Aqua or Sea Animal and any of its traits from the Digimon sources without paying the cost.
God, that's a whole lot of words for a whole lot of nothing.
That is a lot of words.
Seems good for the fish deck, right?
I guess. I don't know.
I guess. I just assumed that's what this would be for.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice how they turned one of their key features into just a keyword.
Yeah.
It doesn't prevent it from leaving the board, but you just get to play a dude out.
Yeah. Ryugumon. Decode blue level 5, which we know what that means now. When Digivolving, you may play 1 blue level 4 or lower Digimon card from this Digimon's sources without paying the cost. End of your turn once per turn by returning 1 of your Digimon to the bottom of the deck. Return 1 of your opponent's Digimon with as high or lower a level as that Digimon to the bottom of the deck. Rule trait has aquatic type.
Okay.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting. Exorcism
Interesting indeed.
of the Sea God. Main, return 1 of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon to the bottom of the deck. By returning 1 of your blue Digimon to the bottom of the deck, return 1 of their level 6 or lower Digimon to the bottom of the deck instead. Security activate the card main effect.
Bro, are we ever going to get a card that benefits you for putting your own dude on the bottom of your own deck?
Yeah, these cards that have decode on them.
Oh.
Okay.
We just read cards that obviously are benefiting from that.
Yeah, you're still losing, like, let's say a level 6 and getting, what, a level 5 out of it?
Potentially, yeah.
Oh, cool. So worth.
Pagumon, inheritable on deletion. If deleted other than by battle, return 1 level 3 purple Digimon card from your trash to the hand. That's a Black Tama if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, for real. Also, I'm not done with that last card, alright? Imagine paying 5 to Digivolve yourself.
Okay.
Yeah. Orgrimmon Ace Altar. That looks pretty cool. Talmon Ace, whatever. Rapidmon Ace, whatever. Shoutmon EX6. Nice. I'll click on this for Chris.
That do be looking like a Transformer.
It does.
Going Super Saiyan.
Megazord looking dude.
And the Tamer
That's
alt
pretty cool.
arts. Yeah.
Hold
these are
on.
based
That
on
art
the-
is. Those arts are different, right? They look more.
No, they're based on the manga, I believe.
Oh, okay. So that's
'Cause
what
if
it
you
is.
remember
Okay.
the other one had the hand drawn aesthetic as well.
Right. Okay. Yeah. These are very more hand drawn than animated looking. Okay.
Here we go.
Oh, here it is.
X
Yeah,
alt
there it
art.
is.
This will make me want to put the card in my deck despite how mid it is.
Yeah.
That card looks like
is
this
it as
should have
good
a
as
way
the-
better effect.
Is it as good as the next alt art though?
No, it is not. Now that you mention it. Lord Nightmon X alt
Yeah.
art. This is beautiful. It is annoying that it is still not yellowed because there's so much yellow in this art.
It's like they're teasing you. They're
Yes.
taunting you.
Listen, we heard you guys. We heard that you guys
Yeah,
wanted
you
more
wanted to
yellow
be
for Lord
yellow.
Nightmon.
Yeah, this alt art
Here
goes
you
super
go.
hard. Can't wait to get some of these. This is very pretty.
That's awesome.
Yeah. We have alt art Nene. She's still a child.
Is that a
That is
gun?
a
No, that's her
child.
device. Okay.
Then we have the secret alt art. Still a child, Brandon.
Okay, I didn't
Jesus.
say I found it attractive. I was just saying they printed a card that's wearing no clothes.
Okay.
Yo,
That is
Calm down,
objectively true.
Calm down, Diddy.
Yeah, for real. Then we have the winner alt art. This is the Bee Tamer. This looks like a box topper alt art to me.
I love it.
It might be.
Yeah.
Bees.
No, I don't. I'm pretty sure all these tamers are going to be in the set just to piss us off.
I don't know. These look like they don't have texture on them. That's what makes me think they're box topper alts. This is the horrendous blue tamer that doesn't really accomplish anything. Sangomon alt. Cool.
That's got Brandon's name all over it.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
And then
These
the alt art of
cracked
that mega
cards
we
are
just
lame.
read.
I saw somebody make a meme of this where they took melodic and like Lapras and like fused them together and made that.
I think it's Kyogre and Melodic.
Oh yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. Then this is the alt art of This is I think that's Moon Millenniumon.
It
I
is.
need 10. I need 10.
That looks very pretty. And then we have these are the SPs.
Me on the toilet.
Yeah,
After
that
eating
little
Whataburger.
Gromlin SP is a little odd.
Fighting for your
Talmon
life.
sticking his middle finger at us. Interesting. And then this
I'll be good one day.
And then this Rapidmon just emptying the clip on you. Then this is
We have
Art.
higher quality, I think, of these coming up.
Queen Bee alt
Hold on.
art. And we have Chase of the Justimon. Ace cool.
No. This has got Brandon's name all over it.
And then there's the
Unironically, it does
SP
look really good.
of the Billsmon Blast Mode.
That
I
looks
like
really
the
cool.
comic book aesthetic. I will say those are very nice.
Yeah. Then this is the alt art of the Zed Millenniumon, which does look very
The
nice.
one star specifically.
Ah,
Need
just
10 of
hit the
those.
microphone. Yeah, that looks very cool. And this is the Chase Zed Millenniumon.
I'm going to need one of those because it's going to be too expensive.
Yeah, we'll see about that one. And then this is alt arts of the Justimon and the Billsmon Blast Mode.
Which I think the high qualities are also coming up later.
Okay, we'll see. This is the alt art of
Yeah,
the
I-
Lucemon X. It looks pretty similar. He's just facing the other direction.
I mean, he's holding the X antibody trait, which is cool.
Yeah, that is cool. Alright, higher quality Queen Beemon alt art. Can't wait to
Let's
slam that down on the
go!
table and extend my handshake to my opponent.
Oh, that bee got a dumpy. I mean, what?
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 Does she? She has X antibody in her traits, right?
Yeah.
I knew it.
Yeah, so it makes sense.
Yeah. Here's the higher quality that Brandon said. Yeah, this looks cool. Then
Man,
we got
imagine this Beals was actually, like, as good as the other one.
Yeah, it's a shame this card doesn't really make sense in the Billsmon deck. And then here's our higher quality Justimon alt.
And, of course, the Justimon fans are coping because in the art, he's facing off against Millennia. But we both know that deck ain't going to be doing that.
Nah, that deck is just gonna dunk on Justimon, unfortunately. Oh, no protection? Okay. Get off my battle area. Yeah. CC you later. Alright. Comment questions. I want to read this because I want to call this person out. Bravo and 787. I notice Ben doesn't like to hear you guys say certain words like boy and y'all, so please stop. It must be exhausting being you and looking for things to be offended by.
It on other people's behalf.
Yeah.
Listen, for one, I don't think we ever said boy.
We
like
don't
that.
use it in the context this person was referring to, and we also don't say y'all in I think the context this person's referring to.
Maybe this guy doesn't know, but we do live in the South, like not the deep South, but y'all is just easier to say than you all.
It's the plural version of you.
Yeah, like that's just we say that. Like, come on now, come on, man.
Anyways,
also,
don't look for that kind of stuff.
Also, looking at this comment right here, from Kyle Newey. Do we want to read that one? Maybe Chris just needs to do better.
I mean, he went 3-2.
Yeah, that's better than what Chris did.
That's fair.
Yeah,
Why? What did he say?
He said, that's funny. I went 3-2 on Monday with Cross. Played Valkyrie Ace.
That's a good card to play in it. Yeah.
Maybe you just need to do better, Chris. Maybe it's you.
It is probably just the pilot.
It quite possibly could be. Benjamin Wiseman, 6567. Congratulations on a year. Did Angels really perform that much better than Magnemon X in testing? What were the matchups where Magnemon X struggled, but Angels tend to do well? Yes, it did. Magnemon X is just a little too slow. And even when you establish Magnemon X versus certain decks, they can just go around you because even if they can't become unblockable, they can bounce your security and just swing around you to where, like, you can't stop them from killing you. Whereas Angels, your entire board's Magnemon X versus most colors, and you can just swarm and consistently out their board like every turn and just establish lethal so much quicker. It performed way better in testing.
Yeah, I was going to say, with the limiting of a few cards in the Magna decks, it just seems like that brought your deck down a stage.
Yeah.
And then Angels just kind of stayed there. Whereas I think before, they could have been pretty even.
Yeah.
Maybe not in like a head-to-head, but now it's just like, eh.
Yeah. Also, Angels has a very good matchup in a Magna X specifically.
With Preem, DP Neg.
Yeah. All the Trubimons you're playing and the Angel Womons make it pretty easy to out Magnemon X consistently every turn. Quarterback TCG. Weird wording for Domino. Starts with when one of your Digimon would, but ends with prevent them from leaving. I agree. That's just a localization team thing. Eventually we'll probably have some kind of problem solving card text, but I'm not holding my breath.
You keep saying localization team. You mean the localization guy.
The guy.
The one guy.
Yeah. The one guy.
Yep.
Oh no. I knocked over something. I am the worst.
Hachiko42. Pretty on brand for Brandon actually to bully a child into having a panic attack.
It is, isn't it?
Yep.
That damn
my
bully.
cat to have a panic attack too, not with that.
That's pretty on brand as well.
She looks hella spooked right now. My bad.
Desmond Milers 3114. Thank you for being a channel member, Desmond. After playing in that 9-round tourney, I wish the matches were best of ones. Playing 25 out of 27 games and really no breaks was exhausting, but really fun experience. Congrats, Ben, Sean, and Josh. So it is. That is something you need to prepare yourself for if you haven't played in one of those big events. It is very grueling if you're not used to it mentally or physically. Like, you do have to like prepare yourself for something like that, because otherwise you're probably going to be done after like round 6 or 7.
All right.
But no best of ones. I don't agree with that.
I can only imagine people who like don't like get a chance to eat or get like a proper night's rest. Like, God, that would be a long day.
Yeah. I only got like 4 hours of sleep the night before that, but surprisingly that wasn't a big deal. It was just my migraine that was bothering me. I felt fine like at the end of the day besides my head hurting. Jim the Kid, what do I do as an Ancient Garu player versus Magna Vaccine? I also have Omni, Ravamon, Ultras, and Massamon deck. You just have to burn their security and then set up.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, if you're playing specifically like regular Ancient Garu, you need to really rely on your unblockable Koji.
Yeah.
You need to rip their security as often as possible, and then rely on your unblockable.
Yeah, the matchup is not that bad. You just have to, like Brandon said, rely on the unblockable tamer and just try to burn their security as much as you can. It's definitely
on
not.
Top of that,
like, I don't even think it's that bad of a matchup for you. I think it's probably more even, if not even slightly in your favor.
Yeah, on top of that, like, even if they blast Evo on top of, like, with a Shine Acer, for example, you don't feel too bad losing your stack.
Yeah, because it just floats into another tamer.
Yeah, because, like, the Magnamon player, in order to counter you specifically, can't build a wide board. They would have to have one Magna on the board, otherwise their other stack is just constantly going to get ripped for free, so they lose their security anyway. So they're probably going to try to play one stack, and as soon as they go into that Shine, that next turn, he's open.
Yeah.
So, rush him down.
Yep. Planty_boy. Do you think Bandai is more or less done adding new decks? For context, BT16 excluding Liberator or field decks like Nature Spirits and Nightmare Soldiers, we have only gotten 4 decks. This includes all currently known leaks. These 4 decks are 3 Great Angels, Millenniumon, Shakamon, and Demon Lords. Though Barba and Lilith have gotten their own decks outside of Demon Lords. Past those 4 decks, almost every card from the last 7 sets, I'm excluding EX8 since we've had a few leaks, have either given support to a current deck or revamped an almost unplayable deck, even if people don't love the new support. So yeah, do you think we're more or less done getting new decks, or is it just slowing down while we get Liberator stuff, or maybe I'm tripping for not including Liberator decks, who knows? I don't think...
I mean, the Liberator decks are the new stuff.
Yeah, I was going to say Liberator decks are the new decks, right?
I don't think they're done giving us new decks. Because, I mean, they just started coming out with, like... I haven't had that thought.
Bees?
Yeah, Bees is a new deck.
That's a Liberator.
Whatever.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I mean, then it still counts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's still a new deck, though.
Yeah, I mean, like, look at the Liberator archetype in general. It's not even an archetype. It's just like a brand. The Liberator brand has given us heavy metal. Yeah, heavy metal, puppet, Cinderella, or Vortex, the water aquatic one, the bees. That's 5 decks right there. I just thought off the top of my head. I might be missing one. The Tyranno as well, but that's just old sport as well.
I think they've been doing a much better job at supporting older decks, and maybe that's what makes it seem like they're not giving us newer decks as often as they were, but they definitely are, and they're just doing a better job of supporting old decks rather than just giving us like random pack filler and everything now.
Yeah. Right.
Which I like.
I mean, especially since we don't have like set rotation as well, like it's gonna end up being one of those things where every Digimon will eventually have been printed that can be printed, and it'll just have to be new support or new deck. Period. Like,
yeah,
it's gonna get to that point.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like Yu-Gi-Oh! Where they can just keep making stuff up as they go. Like, they have to stay in brand.
Yeah. Friendly Ginger 4877. Hey guys, I was wondering what you guys are going to build for EX7. I've been testing Zephy and DSGO. It's super fun, but yeah, by the way, the person that asked for the sign plugin was me, LOL. I do remember that.
Yeah, your Hexblow sign was also in the comments.
Yeah.
He didn't explain why the plug-in card, though, did he?
No. I mean, it could have just been the first card that he had.
The only card? Yeah.
I don't have any intentions of building anything for EX7 besides the Mother Control deck. Yeah. Everything else just seems like super mid, and like it doesn't seem like it'd be fun to play.
Yeah.
Like, because losing is not fun, so like heavy metal's immediately out. Cinderella's out.
Seeing Ben message us in our Discord thingy talking about, yeah, heavy metal sucks. I was just like,
he was like, it's just like, as bad as you thought it was.
You like, could have just read the cards.
We could have told you that. There was no testing necessary. You can just read that archetype and be like, oh, this deck's bad.
Yeah.
This reads like half a deck that has half the support it needs because you have to play a whole different line in it.
Not only is this deck fair. It is beyond fair to the point where like you were just being like, I'm just gonna play like really bad cards.
I like when he got upset in the message too. He was just like, "Why am I paying full Evo costs for this?"
Yeah, I either pay
like,
full Evo from the trash or I pay full Evo from my hand. Like,
he's like, why is this not
point?
reducing? Yeah, it's like, what's the point?
Because I can't play trainings from the trash. And it's like, yeah, you're right.
Yep.
You can't.
Yeah, bad.
Bad deck is bad.
I'm excited for 2.0, but EX7 is not a set I was excited to get any cards in besides the Shotos, I guess. I'm not really excited for that card to exist, but...
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy coming... That's crazy that Sean doesn't like the Shoto card, but he was a humongous Magna X fan. This guy.
I mean...
Magna X could unsuspend and attack, though, so...
But he's talking about other people having it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really have an issue with the Mother Control decks. I think people are going to get real sick of playing with that deck.
Especially since it's going to be a mirror match of Nightmares.
Yeah, the mirror seems like it is just Cancer Turbo, and you're just trying to deck the other person out.
It literally reads to me like a Mystic Mind Yu-Gi-Oh matchup.
Yeah, it seems like it's
2 decks out.
Yeah, it's way worse than a Security Control mirror from how I would imagine it going.
Yeah, because I mean, you can even play cards now that like could theoretically recycle your deck to prevent you from being decked out. Like you could just play Paladin.
Yeah,
recycle your deck.
You put 2 Paladin modes in your deck, you're probably never decking out, and you're just gonna sit there and just be bored.
Good luck going to time every game, guys.
Yep.
I guess.
Going into turns, game 1.
Jesus.
Yeti Jr. Hey Sean, I was your round 4 opponent on Ancient Gara. I ran 2 Heaven's Judgment and saw them both on game 3. I was also the one who Crimson Blazed and you trashed 1 to protect everything, lol. In fairness, you had 5 bodies, so it was only for 1 cost. It was cool getting to play, even if I didn't have those judgments, I was super screwed. If only you didn't see them game 3. But, GG's. Yeah, I was very sad when you HJ'd me the first time, then you HJ'd me again, and I was like, cool.
Oh, okay, thanks.
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 Like, there goes my dream.
I'll die.
Yeah, there goes my dream of going undefeated. That one Larry dude, I knew it. I knew you guys were labbing angels. Haha. How did you know? What gave it away? I'm legitimately curious.
Ben said it, like, when you guys were talking about the
ban list. He said
like,
it.
Angels is still going to be pretty good.
He said it, but that was before I tested against him, and I did scoff at it. I was like, Ben, that's dumb.
That's dumb.
Angels suck.
You're dumb, Ben.
You're dumb, dude. You're dumb and bad. Get out of here with your opinions.
I saw it too. I saw the Dominimon and the Angelmon stuff, and I had the whole deck built on the website, but I just never played it. I just thought everyone knew about it. I just thought you knew, Sean.
It's funny because I remember watching gameplay of Angels versus Omnimon before the set released, because I wanted to see Omnimon gameplay, see how people were playing it, and he lost that game because his opponent set up the Dom with multiple Angelmons, and it never clicked in my head that was going to be like, well, that's really good in this format. I just looked at it and was like, oh man, he almost had it. He trashed his last security, but just couldn't end the game.
As soon as I saw the Dom Edge Woman interaction, it clicked for me, and I was like,
"Yeah, I just thought you knew about it, and you were just like, it's all right."
It just didn't occur to me. I don't know why, but as soon as I saw it in action, I was like, "Oh, okay."
Wait a second.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Terminally Offended said Chris is right about Cross 4-4. There's no way Hunter's King version is a 4 of, especially since it can't play the Trio Tamers. Yes, as established when we realized it can't play the Trio Tamer. You have 4 targets, so yeah, it's not a 4 of.
This is one of my burner accounts.
Oh, this is the same guy that commented about Boy and Y'all.
Yeah. Oh, is it really? Oh.
Wait, hold on. It might not be. It's not. No, I apologize.
That was Bravo.
Thank God.
I apologize, Brando7637. Your name was so similar, I just thought. And I was curious why Terminally Offended would comment something other than being offended by something. So yes, I apologize.
Apologize to Sean. It doesn't sound like he's had his breakfast sandwich yet.
I haven't.
No wonder. I haven't heard the wrapper just crunching.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Legitimately. I don't want to lump you in with that person. Shady Water 7, which is Josh. I played 5 Imperial players over the course of 8 matches in that 3v3. Lost only 2 Imperial.
Damn.
Yeah,
Badge.
he just was taking nades for us. Just every time I look over at the other person has a dual tamer out, touching himself, and Josh is just sitting there just dying.
Yeah, it's like getting spawn trapped in like a shooter.
Yeah.
You spawn in, boom. You spawn in, boom.
Literally. And lots of congratulations for the 1 year. Thank you guys. We greatly appreciate it. That was it for the comment questions. I'm glad we realized that wasn't the same person, because I would have felt bad.
Oh yeah, oop.
Oh,
And
now I can eat. Oof, I didn't wake up till like 9:30 today. No, not 9:30. It was like 9.
I woke up at like 8:30. 8:15ish.
All right, boys.
I woke up
well,
like 8:30, but I didn't get out of bed till like 9.
Same. I didn't get out.
I'm gonna get out of
15. Well, we gotta
get out of here.
We gotta do the recap, dude. Chill out.
Yeah, I gotta do the recap, yes.
No, I'm getting at. Well, I don't listen. Listen, okay. Like that guy said, it's on brand for Brandon to bully kids. Okay. Like I don't know if I want to be around
a child.
a diddler.
Oh my god. We're not
That word
making
has a
kids
new meaning
like
now.
that.
Listen,
Listen,
I thought it was weird.
He's way more likely. All right, Sean is the actual YouTuber. That's why you can't get any
Sean
success,
hates
Sean.
children. Sean hates children. Okay.
That's why you can't get any success. You're not a child diddler.
That's what it is, dude. That's stopping my Shigano growth right there. That's the
I thought it
secret.
was weird when I walked into Brandon's room and I saw all that baby oil. Okay, I didn't question it at first, but now
Baby oil.
you don't know what's going on. Brandon, they raided Diddy's house and he had over 1,000 bottles of baby oil
What?
for his freak offs. You don't know about any of this?
I haven't heard about this.
Okay.
I know that against my will. I've seen so many memes.
Yeah, it's all over the place.
Well, I'm not terminally on social media, so I guess I missed out on that one.
Let's just say, Brandon, the freak offs would last so long. He had IVs at the ready.
Bruh.
IVs?
He was IVing people to keep them going.
God.
What?
Yeah.
That
I'm
guy's
done
so
with this
twisted.
episode. I'm doing the recap and we're leaving. I'm done. I don't want to hear anymore.
I tried to leave. You didn't let me.
What do rich people do with their time and money? I don't understand.
Literally
they
that,
have-
apparently.
Freak offs. Freak offs, Brandon. They're called freak offs. They would last for 3 to 4 days.
Oh my god.
Hey,
I'd rather like sit down and play a game or something. Jesus.
yeah, his game was how long can you last? Don't worry, I have some supplements to help.
Like, dog, find a hobby.
God, they say gamers are the worst. What the hell?
Excellent.
Hell yeah.
Great job.
All right, cool. Let's
Good
get the
job,
hell
boys.
out of here. I'm done. I'm traumatized.
I'm gonna go lay down.
All right. See you, boys.
See you.
Bah.